Let's take a look back over every limited edition troop we have ever received in Clash of Clans, show you gameplay, and explain exactly what they did. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. I don't know about you, but I love when they release limited edition troops in Clash of Clans. So I wanted to go over a bit of a history lesson for you for anybody that did not get to use these troops, or if you did, you can let me know in the comments and reminisce. The first ever limited edition troop was the Ice Wizard. This was a defense targeting wizard, and it would slow down defenses via its freezing. We received this for Christmas of 2016. Before we talk about the Ice Wizard in a bit more depth, look at this OG Clash of Clans footage. Level 45 heroes was the maximum back in 2016. You might think it was easier to upgrade the heroes, but it certainly was not. That's actually where I'm getting all of the footage for this video on the limited edition troops is from my old YouTube videos. The Ice Wizard made a return to the game in 2020 and was also used in the epic winter scenery. Due to attacking defenses and slowing them down, it was great for setting up the funnel, particularly when paired with an ice golem. Even when sending it into the base itself, if you had something to tank the defenses, the Ice Wizard could help to flush them out, and it's one of the reasons I think it was a fan favorite, and personally, my favorite limited edition troop. Next up, in August of 2017, we had the Battle Ram as part of the Clashiversary event. Whilst it was 5 housing space, it actually spawned 4 Barbarians and dealt a ton of damage itself initially. Whilst the troop was incredibly fun to use, strategically it just did not have the same place as an Ice Wizard. Once the ram itself had gone and your barbarians spawned, they were susceptible to splash, and even with funneling, generally I found there was something else that could do a better job. I have to say, I really liked the Battle Ram though. It had a somewhat unique mechanic in that of a shield with the ram. Only once this went down would your barbarians spawn and then become vulnerable, so they were somewhat protected up until that point. The Battle Ram, like all of these limited edition troops, could not be donated to your clanmates. For Halloween of 2017, we received 2 limited edition troops, the first being the Pumpkin Barbarian. This was essentially a barbarian with a pumpkin on its head. Original. Joking aside, it was actually awesome. You got 2 for the price of 1. Only once the pumpkin was blown off the barbarian's head would it be susceptible to damage. You can think of this much like how the skeleton spell works with the guards and their shield. So if a defense could one-shot a barbarian, it would actually take 2 shots for the pumpkin barbarian, and yet the pumpkin barbarian was still only 1 housing space. Talk about value. Alongside the Pumpkin Barbarian, we also received the Giant Skeleton for Halloween in 2017. The Giant Skeleton was a beefy troop. It was 20 housing space, and it was very slow, dealing a set amount of damage. But the advantage was that its defense targeting, and it had a specialty, which you will see in a moment. Much like how the Super P.E.K.K.A within the Builder base works, it dealt a huge death damage. I wanted to quickly thank you all for the support. We are charging up in subscribers, over 850k. How long before that million? Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you do enjoy my videos. But the Giant Skeleton had its death damage, which, as you can see, would wipe out defenses. That's why it was good that it was defense targeting. Fortunately, I made a couple of videos on the Giant Skeleton at the time, so I must have liked this troop. The death damage also impacted nearby buildings. So in this case, I achieved my objective and was able to take down the town hall with the death damage of the Giant Skeleton. The 5th limited edition troop we ever received in Clash of Clans was the Skeleton Barrel, as part of the Halloween 2018 event and it also made another appearance in 2020. Whilst if you never used the skeleton barrel, you could think of it similar to the dropship in the builder base, it would actually deal a one-off damage before spawning the skeletons. It offered unique mechanics in terms of strategy though, because as the skeleton barrel floated in, it was obviously susceptible to air targeting defenses, but then once it spawned the skeletons, it could literally pick these off easily. Truthfully though, it was rare to find bases you could take advantage of this, or the other way around, sending the skeleton barrel in unscathed, but then these skeletons would be vulnerable, because the skeleton barrel works similar to the wall breaker in that once it reached its target, a building, it would blow up no matter what, even if it was not taking damage. It was at this time in 2018, with the limited edition release of the skeleton barrel, where the rules changed for limited edition troops. Prior to this, as long as you had cooked up the troop within that limited edition window, it would remain in your army composition. You never know when you might find that unique value for it within a war attack, or if you just wanted to keep it as a souvenir. However, from this moment forward, once the limited edition troops were gone, they would also vanish from your army composition. Now that's just not fair. I would at least suspect my elixir back. December of 2018, and boy did the overpowered limited edition troops begin. And they should be. They're limited edition. El Primo, to celebrate the launch of Brawl Stars. Ton of damage, a ton of hit points, defense targeting, and get this, it actually did 20 times damage to walls. As a reference point, wall breakers do 40 times damage to walls. Much like with a P.E.K.K.A. Smash or Valkyrie style attack, if you could set the funnel either side and send the El Primo into the middle, they were very strong. Depending on the pathing, you didn't even need wall breakers or a jump spell. They were strong enough to just punch through the walls. Everybody loved them. Nobody wanted to see El Primo say goodbye, because at the end of the day, once you could get a group of them to the center, 3 stars. And for a short period of time, I was good at Clash of Clans. For Clash of Clans' 7th anniversary in 2019 and their 8th anniversary in 2020, we received the Party Wizard. This was a grooving version of the Wizard, which had higher damage and faster attack speed, but lower hit points. Comparing the regular wizard to the Party Wizard, you can see straight away that whilst the Party Wizard is active, you should be using it. It is so much faster than the regular wizard, and if you are using the wizards, they are low in hit points, so generally speaking, you need to use them out of the way of defenses, cleaning up in a Hog Rider attack, for example, or when you have something to tank, such as the Golem. Plus, the Party Wizard has a pretty cool theme tune as well. Given that we have seen the Party Wizard in the previous 2 years to correspond with the Clash of Clans anniversary, I would certainly love to see this troop again, as well as any limited edition troop. Just bring them on. The final limited edition troop that we ever received was for Halloween in 2019, the Royal Ghost. All of the ones we've had since then have been returning limited edition troops, no new ones. If the Royal Ghost were to return, I suspect it would have a nerf. 12 seconds of initial invisibility this troop had, in combination with its high damage. Think about it. A sneaky goblin that could attack defenses. Wow. That led to some serious G Fuel raids. Did you know that I'd partnered with G Fuel again? 10% off with code Judo. There's a link in the description as ever. Sometimes I have 30% off codes, but I tweet about those to let you know when they're available. The Royal Ghost was probably the most enjoyable limited edition troop to use though. I think it was that whole sneak effect, trying to just send them surgically in towards defenses. And if you could take out the splash damages, you could just use bat spells around the rest of the base. One thing I have not mentioned about the limited edition troops is that you cannot upgrade them. They are all based on your town hall level. I'm happy about this because I certainly wouldn't want to be grinding out levels in the lab for my limited edition troops, but just know that if we get limited edition troops in the future, which I hope we do, that is how they work. Who remembers this though? Royal Ghosts to the outside, heroes for the town hall, bats for the rest of the base, easy 3-star, and this was the other occasion when I was good at Clash of Clans. If you want to see when I gave tips for every single troop in the game, limited edition troops excluded, I have it linked on your screen right here alongside the subscribe button. You guys take care, and I will see you in the next video.